This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake it, body.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out your eyes.
It's not time to lower your standards. It's time to up them.
There he is, Joey Pants.
I got my first 3 wives that way.
Lowering your pants? Oh man, good, man. Like, I wanna try to say your last name correctly. Is that okay?
That's
right.
why they call me Joey Pants, though.
I know, because people have a hard time saying your name, right? So, Joe Pantoliano?
Pantoliano, which means pantalone is pants in Italian.
Okay.
Yeah,
so Joey Pants.
Joey Pants.
All right. And that was a clip from The Identicals, which is a new movie you're in, right?
Yeah.
And I want to talk about that, but it's just really kind of great to see you in person here, man. I watched your films for so many years, and just to have you here talking about growing up in the projects in New Jersey, it's just all kind of like surreal for me, right? Joey Pants, it's surreal for me right now.
Yeah, well, we started by talking about if you're from Jersey City. From Jersey City.
That's how there be.
Yeah. And I said from the projects, and you got all huffy and said, no, I came from a very nice family. And I said, well, I was from the projects, and I grew up on welfare.
You grew up on welfare.
Yeah.
Now your father,
for about 4 years when we ran into hard times.
what was your father? Was he already was a hearse driver?
My father worked at Standard Brands, and then when I was like 11, he had a heart attack and he couldn't work anymore. So they put him on a disability, and we collected welfare, and we wound up in the projects. And he worked off the books at a funeral parlor, which is exactly across the street from where I live now on 6th and Willow.
So he used to drive the caskets around, or what did he do?
He did. He picked up bodies. He had a way of picking up clothing too, because Hoboken was a small town back then. So he'd walk in and say, "Oh, Mary, Mike is such a great guy. Yeah. He was warm. He was respectful. He was 40 regular, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 40 regular.
Clothes.
Yeah, the clothes.
So your dad would size up.
Yeah, he would.
The dad folks to see, and he would take their clothes. Your dad would take their clothes.
Well, they would give him their clothes, and he always had nice clothes.
Wow. So he got hand-me-downs, basically.
Yep.
Wow.
And I tell you, when I cleaned out his apartment when he died, all of the nice shirts that I bought him were still in the wrappers. He never wore them. He saved them.
Wow.
Which is a metaphor for life. Don't save the new underwear. Wear them.
Wear them.
Get out there and wear them.
Wear the new drawers, man.
Yeah.
I got a fresh pair of boxers on right now, Joey Pants.
Get it, Sway.
Yeah, you be proud to know that, man. I keep clean nuts daily now, bro.
Oh, God.
I used to in every day. Sometimes I might go 2 days.
I have 4 dogs. I always have clean nuts.
Wow. Oh,
That's funny.
Joey Pants, ladies and gentlemen.
That's funny.
This movie, this musical drama, The Identical, is in theaters Friday, September 5th. It's about 2 brothers who are separated at birth, right?
Yeah, identical twins separated at birth that are and don't know it.
Yeah.
As a result of poverty and tragedy of the times, born in the 30s. Elvis Presley had an identical twin brother who was stillborn.
Wow.
And so very talented writer thought, what would it have been like for that brother had he gone full term and lived his life? And what would it have been like to have Elvis Presley be your identical twin brother?
When I saw the trailer for the movie, I thought it was a story about Elvis Presley.
Yeah, well, it's not about Elvis. It's like an iconoclastic uber star. Like What If, in that respect. Now, of the period of the times of what led up to, because it's an epic in proportion. It starts in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and winds up in the 70s. Okay,
and Ray Liotta plays the pastor dad, right?
Yeah.
Of the one of the twins.
Of the twin that's given away. The movie takes place from the point of view of the adoptee.
Yeah.
And the promise at the beginning of the movie made by the parents that gave the kid away. Is please don't tell the kid until we're dead. So both father and mother are tormented by this secret, and then when the boy comes home from serving his time in in Korea during the Korean War, and actually his destiny is to sing. His destiny, he keeps, he joins the army and they see him with a guitar and say, "Give me your rifle, take that guitar." I mean, his destiny is to be an entertainer, but he's always a couple of steps behind, and his dreams keep getting stymied by this guy that he feels him, and he admires him, and he wants to be able to have the kind of things that he has. There's no jealousy or rage about it. It's just like it's more like awe, and it's a movie that really deals with the kind of voices, that power that whether you believe in God or muses, where that spiritual pull is. I've always thought that being in show business is more like an addiction, because of the extreme highs and lows, and always hoping to get that next opportunity and the next opportunity.
The next hit.
Yeah.
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 You ever do drugs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, drugs, alcohol, women. I'm a standing member in every 12-step program known to man, and that hasn't even been invented yet.
Yeah? So, so a similar feeling?
Mm-hmm.
That hit to getting that next project?
It's like gambling, too. My family, I came from, my family were degenerate gamblers, but it's the action. It's that every time something really great happened to me, it was a letdown. It's like when I won the Emmy Award for The Sopranos. Yeah. I remember holding that thing in my hand and being out there and seeing all of these famous people, some that I wanted to emulate, and they were there and they were smiling and they were pleased for me, and I was like, this ain't the feeling I was expecting. This is it. This is it. Yeah. It's a horrible feeling.
Yeah. That was a real last moment right there. That's not the feeling I was expecting. Yeah, damn. I felt like that the first time I had sex.
Oh, God.
Come on, man. I'm serious. I thought it would last longer. All right, Joey Pants.
I'm sure the girl felt the same way.
Oh, come on, Joey Pants. All right, Joey Pants is here with us right now. You want to talk with him? 888-742-3345. Sopranos, with a magnificent show that was. And then we're going to play a game, too. It's called Knowledge Itself. Sway in the morning. Joe Pantoliano.
There you go.
Just joined us.
You break it down in two ways. Pantoliano.
Pantoliano. Won an Emmy in The Sopranos. What's such a well-written drama, The Sopranos. It had us all, like
everybody.
Walks of life, demographics. It didn't transcend it to any barrier that exists in our own minds. We all fell in love with these characters, fell in love with these stories, and so seeing you right now and then speaking to you off mic, it's really it's great to meet these, people that you watch. You appreciate their work.
Yeah.
And then to hear that they're real folks. You know what I mean? Like, you going through some shit, Joey.
He from the projects.
You know what I mean? I gotta ask you about the ending of that series, The Sopranos. I feel like it was like a painting that no matter who looks at it, they might draw a different conclusion. What was the conclusion you came with? Was Tony Soprano killed in that?
Yeah, I think he was. I think he was shot dead.
Okay.
And I think David Chase is saying that that's it. Mm-hmm. There is no afterlife. Mm-hmm. That life is now. Eternal life is now. It's within you. And then because there's actually a fantastic thing on YouTube where there's this whole breakdown, a study, and he gives you information from previous episodes that leads up to it, and he shows you each shot, and it's like Tony Soprano's point of view, the guy in the black jacket who goes to the bathroom. The doorbell and it's the girl, his daughter enters. Yeah. He looks to see if she's coming in, and boom, it's over. And so I think it was divisive on the writer's part. They wanted the audience to go, what happened, right? But I think it was David saying, well, there's another way of looking at it. You can say, well, whether he lives the next 12 seconds or the next 30 years, he'll always be looking over his shoulder. He'll never have peace.
Joey Pants is here, man. Thank you for that insight, man. Don't forget the new musical drama, The Identicals, is in theaters this Friday, September the 5th.
David, tomorrow?
Yeah. You excited?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the response because it's a really interesting. It's a movie that people don't make anymore. It's about family and about ambition. About nice people. You know, trying to get by. And it's moving. You know, I think that movies have become more about moving the camera than about moving people. And when I wanted to be in this business because I wanted to be able to evoke thought. You know, kind of be like a window into the dysfunction of humanity.
Yeah.
It's always more interesting playing people that are complicated.
See, and you do that fairly well. And just talking to you off the mic, you really like that in real life. Okay, Joey Pants is here. Yo, your family, man. What are your family functions like, man? Like, when you sit at the head of the table.
I just got my sister. I wrote 2 books. The first one's called "Who's Sorry Now," about growing up in Hoboken. The first 17 years of my life, right before I got on the bus to go to New York City, become an actor. The second book came out in 2011. That's called Asylum, where it's like looking back at and making peace with my traumatic history.
Yeah.
And one of the stories is that when I was 11 years old, my mother's cousin Florio Isabella came home from prison and lived with us. And shortly after that, Mommy was with Flory and Daddy was out of the picture. And then, at some point, Mommy said that, he ain't your father. Monk's not your father. Flory's your real father.
Wow.
But then she took it back. So there's always been this like innuendo, who's your daddy, right?
Yeah.
And about, I guess it was last April, I visited my sister, and her husband was like, I'm done with your sister. She's all over me. You're my brother. You're my... So I went and I bought these kits at 23andMe, which is a DNA place. And I figured I'll shut her up. Of course, she's my sister. Right? She's my half-sister. We have different fathers.
Wow.
So now at 60 years old, I've just come to understand that I don't know who my biological father is. And the interesting thing is that 1951, just post World War II, I think that happened a lot.
Yeah.
So now I'm actually trying to investigate and find out
who's your daddy.
Yeah, where my origins are.
Yeah. So even if you were like, often if you have an intimate experience, you say to the woman, "Who's your daddy?" Yeah. You don't feel comfortable saying that, right?
Would you please shut up? You're crazy.
I'm joking with you, big already.
Now I gotta give Joey a hug. I'm sorry.
I need an encouraging hug.
All right.
Two Jersey people just kissed right there. I like that. I like that. All right, DB's a gigantic fan of yours, right? This is DB right here. We call our movie junkie. He sees all the movies. He rates them. He critiques them. He celebrates them. And go for it, DB.
I thought the premise with this movie is based around like the whole hypothetical scenario and everything about the twins, and also the guy who plays the main character. He's never acted before.
Blake Ryan.
Blake Ryan, and never acted. This is his first role. So your character, Avi, plays like almost like the father that he didn't have.
Yeah.
And you guys click and everything like that. So did you give him advice and like kind of coach him through the process of making the movie?
It was never overt that I overtly gave him advice, but he was such a wonderful, he's so much like that guy. He is so open and eager to learn, and we just had a lot of fun, and and the director, to his credit, allowed us to improvise, and at the end of it, he said a couple of really nice things to me that I wasn't intentionally doing, but it helps when you have someone to play opposite that is so vulnerable and open, and that's just who this guy is. And I think that might be part of the success of this film.
There it is, man. Joey Pants has joined us, man. You've had such a great career, and you continue to do so. We have a game. We want to know if you know as much about yourself as we know about you, and we call this game Knowledge of Self. All right,
You
here
don't
it
know
is.
shit.
We got Joe Pantoliano here with us. I did it all right.
Yeah, didn't
Joey Pants. Okay, here's some questions. DB, what'd you do, Don?
All right, Joe, you've starred in a lot of movies that I love, and you played a lot of great characters. So we're going to play a clip if you can guess it. First up, let's hear it.
What are you, 65?
But I have to guess that movie?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
Adventures of Pluto Nash.
Oh, okay.
Pluto Nash.
Trying to put that one out
With
of my
Eddie
brain.
Murphy?
Eddie Murphy, yeah. You tried to put that. Come on, that's when Eddie was hot,
That
man.
was, yeah, but
That's when he was hot.
That was the end of his hotness. that movie killed all of our careers.
Oh, man. The kids love that movie.
They did.
Oh. Okay, next question.
All right, let's hear clip number 2.
If you ever disrespect my wife or me in front of a stranger again, I'll cut you off.
Wow. Gee, I have no idea.
Damn, do you even like you? All right. Well, go ahead, tell him.
Black and white.
Black and white.
Yes, wow. Joey's like, yeah,
got
whatever.
too much
All right,
work.
I still got faith in you, Joe. Let's hear clip number 3.
Whatever. Be an asshole.
Whatever, be an asshole. That was recorded from my lunch with my wife Nancy on Thursday.
Actually, it's from Congo.
Congo. Oh.
All right, the next 2 are easy ones, and they're from movies that me and DJ Wonder both grew up with and we love. Let's hear clip number 4.
Not me. I'm clean as a baby's ass. I've been born again.
You don't know that one either?
You had red hair in the movie.
He said, "Fuck you" at one day.
Okay. It's Running Scared.
Yes.
Running
The
Scared.
red hair gave it
With
away.
Gregory Hines.
And Billy Crystal.
Billy
what
Crystal.
what a great job that was.
Also, one of the best songs on the soundtrack ever.
That's right.
Yo, what was that like working with Gregory
Oh my God!
Hines?
It was so cold in Chicago. This is a great story, and it was so cold that I was in a cop car for 2 weeks with those guys. That when they were changing the camera angles, it was too cold to get out of the car and to walk to our trailer. So I just sat there with them, and they would tell stories. Gregory would tell stories about when he was with Hines and Dads, and Billy Crystal told stories about how he reached out and became really dear friends with Mickey Mantle.
Wow.
And I was just like this little fly in the back seat, soaking up all of this wonderful history, showbiz history.
All right,
Okay, we got one more. You got to guess at least one of your works.
He's definitely
Show
going
me
to
the
get the next
answers
one.
first, then.
Let's hear clip number 5.
We never been to the Bronx, dude.
Ah, The Goonies.
Yes.
There we go. He got one. Joey Pants. He got one.
I got one.
He got one. And the game works. Man, it's been an honor to have you on our show, man. Please come back, man. Anytime you're doing anything, you just want to come hang out with us.
Thank you very much. I
All
really
right.
enjoyed every one of you.
All right. Thank you very much, too, man. Sway in the Morning, Shade 45.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.